Yeah.
Was so excited to hear that I was going to have an opportunity to sit down with you. Just worked out that we were able to put it together here on the last day of school and talk to you a little bit about your experience with the video and what you've seen happen at your school as maybe as a result of that. Um, what the message is that you're trying to share with people, and then kind of talk about what's next. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
All right. Um, so maybe let's start with, where did the idea come from?
Well, yeah, it started really, the whole project started with Students Against Bullying and FCCLA. The organization was cool.
Yeah, what we did my sophomore year, our teacher, Miss Perry, she gave us an assignment to educate our school about bullying. And when we first got this project, we seriously kind of thought it was a joke. There's no bullying. This is high school. It's not necessarily what everyone thinks it is. And so, yeah, it's really not a big deal at all. We didn't think. And then we started knowing the different types of bullying, and then we started recognizing it in our own school. So we took this idea and we made it into something bigger, and now we have a group at our school called Students Against Bullying, and we meet every Wednesday to kind of go over things and
prevent it as much as possible.
Prevent it and bring ideas together so we can educate our elementary schools and junior highs.
Okay.
So, and also our high school. But we were wanting to get it in the lower levels first.
And
that way they know.
You've been doing it for how long now?
This is our second year.
Your second year. Yeah. And from what Miss Perry told me, they did a lot of really awesome stuff this year. Some of their guest speakers were really awesome. And from what I understand, the director of FCCLA, the whole program, the whole nation, called Miss Perry up, our whole producer for this project, and he was just like, "Hey, we really like what you're doing, and we have this film contest that we think you should check out. We think it'd be a waste for you to, pass up." And that's when Miss Perry came to me about the project, and I got really excited.
Okay. So it seems as though things just kind of evolved naturally, but really started out with this key question of, can we educate the people at our school about bullying?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because the way I wanted to go about it was I didn't want to do it in a cheesy way, like a cheesy PSA type things that we kind of see a lot nowadays. I really wanted to, with the whole film, I wanted to stray from it being a PSA and actually it be more of a short film.
And in the process of putting that together and talking with the other people there in the room about ideas and creating the short form, really a great way of kind of describing that. What were some of the things that maybe you discovered that you hadn't anticipated?
In the project?
Yeah.
In making the project, it was just, I don't know, it was really nice seeing a bunch of people come together. I mean, all of us come together kind of as a team to put this whole thing together and make something to change people's lives with,
Yeah,
I mean,
because we didn't know each other really.
we had known each other, we had been acquainted, but we weren't exactly entirely like friends before, and now I think we've gotten a lot closer.
Sure.
Except for you, Casey.
Whatever.
No, but it's been really cool. The whole process for the video has taken a really long time too, because like I've had the idea for the movie for like 2 years now.
Okay.
And I've always tried to make it into a movie, and the support for it just really fell through. And to have these guys come and help me actually put it together finally was like the best thing that could ever happen. And now we're getting all the success for it, and I think we're just all really, really proud of it,
Okay. How long has it been since you finished the project?
A few months, two months. About 2 months since we finished. It took us a week to plan for filming, then it took us an actual week to film it, then it took like 2 weeks to actually edit it and put it together finally, because like we shot it in HD, and not just HD video takes a long time to edit, but movies that I do usually take a long time to edit. I put a lot of work into it, so it was just really great. all the support that came through. I don't think any of us could have asked for more.
Sure. It sounds like it was a full team effort required.
It really was.
That's one thing we didn't expect our community to come together as well as add.
Yeah.
We've had several different news interviews. We've had the paper. We've had a lot of people from our school and our community come up to us and say that we've done a really good job.
And I think we saw a lot of change. You know, I mean, we were on CNN for it. It was really crazy. Like
Impressive.
with CNN, you know,
Yeah.
and I think I saw the most change in people when they actually saw it the day we premiered it at the school. We broadcasted it live for our school's news program, which I'm affiliated with, so it wasn't really a big problem setting that up. It was just really easy. It was really nice, and we just got the full support of all the faculty, and they were really gung ho about giving us what we needed. You know, it was-
Talk a little bit about, after you said you broadcast it to everybody there at the school, talk a little bit about the change, if anything, that you saw, I guess, in some of your fellow classmates.
I think it was a combination of a lot of things that SAB has done this year that we saw a lot of change with it. You know, I feel like if you're really serious with these kids, if you really try and help them in a way that's not like kind of like I said, like cheesy or any way like that. If you're actually down cold with them and you're just like, hey, this is happening, this is serious, and you show them why and how it's so serious, I feel like if you really just get them in a room and really show them how it's affecting people, that you can actually bring more change that way. You know, and I think that's what SAB and this whole movie is trying to do.
Okay. Anybody else in the group have a comment on that?
I've seen some change in the football team. We came together a lot more.
Okay.
Didn't make fun of each other like they used to.
And do you think that's because of the fact that now it's much more public as to what people really want the school culture to be like?
I think, excuse me, as a whole, I think people, they want to be nice and they want to make other people feel good and accepted. And that's what we were trying to get across is, you know, just saying one nice word or giving someone a smile as you walk past by them, it can definitely change someone's day.
It can change someone's complete perspective.
Yeah, on you or as like people in general.
Yeah.
You don't know what that other person's going through, and by just saying one thing like you know, you're gay or you're not worth anything, you know, that definitely can change someone how they look upon themselves. So if you just change that and put it into a positive way, it definitely can change someone's whole life.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we were talking about when we were finally putting it together and adding new subjects and ideas to the whole project, was that we were talking about how literally the smallest of gestures can have such a big impact, and vice versa. Really the smallest thing can make someone's day, or the biggest thing can ruin someone's day. You know, it really, I think a lot of people, something else we talked about is a lot of people don't even know that they're bullying. And it's some people really do see it as a joke and think that these people just don't have a sense of humor and don't get the joke. But really, there's a line where humor becomes pain.
Yeah, after, you know, constantly hearing that one thing over and over and over
Some
again,
people start to
they
believe
start
it.
thinking it in their head and
Yeah.
believing it.
Some people start to
You
believe
know,
it.
what if I really am not worth it? What if, you know, all this stuff I'm doing is not worth anything?
And I think a few of us in the whole group, you know, really went through that too. I know I did. I know Caleb did. What about you guys?
Yeah.
I was a little off.
Yeah, the video kind of like coincides with a lot of our projects. Like, we did a hand someone a compliment project because we were talking about how you don't know, like, the things you're saying are hurting people.
Mhm.
So what the project was basically, you write a compliment to somebody, but it's like anonymous, and you write their name on the back, and we pass it out to them during school. And then we have this huge poster showing all the compliments that we passed out.
And every person in our school, you know, a 5A school, every person got a compliment. We even had some teachers and faculty get compliments too.
So how many students are we really talking about?
our senior class is almost 500.
So we have like 2,000 kids.
Yeah, about 2,000. It's really big. We made the movie for this contest, but our main goal really was to help people, and I guess the contest just kind of came with it.
Yeah.
It's been really good, and I think not only going through it and seeing it has helped, but it's just the combination of it all. The fact that we've gone through it, I think, gives us a new perspective on it, where we can actually be like, I've gone through it. This is what helped me. Let's show these people what's happening, and we have to. It's a really important thing to bring to light, I think, because teen suicide is a huge subject these days, and especially things like Columbine. It's really big, edgy subjects, and
Right.
it's
And
important to bring up and talk about.
not only have we touched, the kids at this school, so the 2,000 kids, we've also gone to every single one of our elementary schools, and we've talked to all the kids there. We went to junior highs and we had several different assemblies. We had on one of the school days that the kids were off and the teachers had to come, we had faculty talk to our speaker. So and parent night, and we've had
And
the stuff on the news.
The news is
So we
spread too.
touched
It's-
way more people than we even thought. So this was before the project, the movie, but we still started with that foundation and definitely had that.
And it was the greatest thing that we could ever ask for in the project
Yeah.
too. It really was. It was really great.
It sounds and maybe as you've even had an opportunity to take a look at the Heroes Project, a lot of the people that we talked to expressed that very same sentiment, which is we started out with this idea hoping to create change really just at our school. What we found out was completely unexpected, which is it has impacted a much larger community, much more so than we ever thought possible.
Yeah. I really hope people take note from it too, that this is really helping people. And I really like to think that we're helping people. I hope so. I think we've seen it, and I hope it really grows so that more people can actually watch it, because it's really important to tell people and show people how many different kinds of bullying there are. The whole theme of the contest is cyberbullying. That's probably one of the biggest ones,
Sure.
Especially today.
So are some of you headed to San Francisco?
We all are.
Yes.
We just have to get some funds.
Yeah, we're trying to get that money.
Gather those funds together.
Yeah.
I spoke with someone else yesterday in Las Vegas who
Really?
is also part of the final 15.
Wow. That's
And
awesome.
they're headed to Las Vegas as well. And I'm sure that you, as two groups, will come together. You have so much in common. Not just the fact that you're in high school, but what you care about, the impact that you want to have. Some words of encouragement that I offer to them that I will also offer to you is bring the camera. Bring the camera.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine, and I wish that I could be there for that event. I'm already scheduled to be somewhere else, but what you may experience at that event simply because of the people that are there could be amazing. So don't pass up that opportunity to get some of that on film, because I think it could be what's next for you as a group, and maybe even for some of you personally. You never know.
Yeah. I'm excited for what's coming up in our school and our school district. I think our school district has definitely stepped up to the challenge that we brought to them in educating our community about bullying. So I think that's great for our community.
Yeah.
Definitely need it.
And with the project, once we go to the contest, hopefully our school and us ourselves can actually make some connections with some of these people that can actually, help each other out and get to know each other and, try and understand it all.
Well, I think you've hit on something that I'm noticing now that's driving an incredible amount of change at a very fast pace, which is people at your age taking an active interest in this, using a medium like the internet and video in particular to generate a lot of interest. And what I'm seeing is the impact of what you've created is happening just virtually overnight. And you've talked about the fact that, yes, you've had the student group in place for 2 years, but what I'm noticing is the momentum is picking up, and it's because of people your age creating not just the videos but raising the awareness that change is happening, and that's exciting.
We had several mass text messages sent out. We had Facebook.
We were throwing Twitter. It was everywhere.
Yeah, we tweeted. I know, like some of my friends, they tweeted like Jay Leno and all these people, and knowing they're not going to look at it.
Yeah,
but
you never know. You never know, and that's what helped us with the news programs. It's really like we were using. I mean, technology is a problem with bullying, but we were really trying to use it to
for a good thing.
Fighting fire with internet.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
You may, and I'll try and get you in contact. One of the guys that we interviewed months ago, his name is Torin Hovander. He lives in New Mexico,
Awesome
Albuquerque. And he started a group similar to what you have on your campus. And last year, really again with the intention of, can we create change at our school? The local news caught wind of it, and so all of a sudden it's all over, and now he was invited to speak with the school district superintendent. How can we create the same model in all schools within the school district? And then went so far as to contact the governor of the state. So now he's in discussions. He's suddenly become the student advocate for bullying prevention, and really respect and kindness along the way, but at a legislative level. So he's kind of hit this ramp of, wow, I never knew that I could have this kind of an impact, and all of a sudden, people are excited about what he has to say.
Yeah.
We have gotten in contact with some of our legislators, right, Ms. Perry?
Have we?
Through SCCLA and our Students Against Bullying, we've talked to some of our legislators. They just have put in a bill in our state talking about bullying in the schools and also outside of schools. So
yeah, they were.
We were definitely ahead of the curve. That's what we like to say. We were ahead of the curve.
I'd like to think.
It just passed.
Yeah, it just passed. Yeah, I think it's really important in a really good way, because we're all pretty adept to the internet and stuff like that. We're really good with technology, and I think that's a really good key. To making it. The internet now it's viral. Everything is viral. Most of the news comes from the internet or TV or newspapers, and now, the internet.
In all three.
Now we're on all three. No, but the internet is probably one of the fastest, and I think the fact that we actually know how to use it is probably one of the best tools that we could have used too. I think. If you really know how to use it and kind of think sociologically, with how people are going to react and how you think people go about thinking, that's the whole idea of the project, is trying to think and figure out why we do the things we do, the way we go about life. And I think, the internet has many problems. It brings problems to a lot of people, but I think it can really help a lot of people too. And we can, if you use it correctly, we can change the world.
So real quick, maybe a quick go around, a couple words from each of you there in the room. For people that would watch this video, our interview together, who had been kind of wondering about what can I do at my school site, what are some words of encouragement that each of you would want to share with them?
I would say start off with like a small project, because you never know how far it's going to get you. Because we didn't know this video would be that big. Honestly, we were just doing it because the director asked, and look how big it is now.
I would tell them to not stop, keep it going, and anything they want can be accomplished.
One thing that I live for, or what I live on as in life, always make the small things count. You see someone sitting by themselves at lunch, go sit with them. If you see someone in the library just by themselves, go talk to them. And I think by starting with your personality and your reputation, then after you build your reputation, then you can get people on board with you. And I think that's one thing that we've all done. We've tried to build our reputation and talk to people about this project and the anti-bullying in general, and that's how we've gotten people on board. So.
I think if I was going to say anything, I would say study, honestly, really, because like it's what we say in the whole movie. What I wrote is just, you know, if you really kind of look at things in an unbiased way, you can learn anything about anyone. You know, you don't have to be everybody's friend, you know, but you don't necessarily have to be their enemy either. And I feel like that's the problem, is that people think just because we're not friends means I'm totally against you, and because you're not what I stand for means you shouldn't be on this earth, or, you know, it's whatever they think of and come up with. And I really think if you're going to start a project, you should really
Believe. Sorry.
believe. No,
Put
you
your
should
heart in it.
really no. Well, yeah, exactly. You know, put your heart in it,
That's what I was
and,
going for.
you know, really, you know, study up, know what you're talking about, and really try and figure out how people might react to it. You know, I think if you really try and figure out, like really through sociology, just watching people, you know, psychology, just thinking about it, try and figure out how it might best affect your community, and kind of try and go from there. You know, or at least add that to your project. You know, how to make it better.
Fantastic. Well, this has been incredible for me. It always is every time I have an opportunity to talk with somebody who I haven't met, who's trying to change the world. It always turns into something that's been incredible. So thank you for what you've done, for what you're going to do. Best of luck to you in San Francisco. And
Thank you.
for those folks that are graduating, how excited I am for you. Next year for you. But it's, you know, there's amazing times ahead. So it's great to have spent a little bit of time with you.